Jó napot kívánok, which means I wish you a good day in Hungarian. I'm sorry I couldn't be there with you today to present in person, but I thank you for the opportunity to present to you electronically. I'm so thankful that Amanda Chavez is there in person to represent herself, to represent me, and to represent the program. And I will looking forward to you getting the chance to hear from her today. I am currently in Sopron, Hungary, completing a Fulbright Scholar Grant during my sabbatical from UK, and I'll be back in the U.S. in January. So thank you for the opportunity to present our proposal, which is helping families through graduate student services and applied behavior analysis. Very quickly, our program is a 34-hour Master of Science degree program. Some of the main components of it are the supervised practicum hours that we'll talk about in a second, and a thesis. All the students have to complete these practicum hours, which are 1,000 hours that are completed in schools, in homes, and in our clinic. Each of the students work between 15 to 25 hours a week of gaining experience in applied behavior analysis. And on top of that, they also take a full load of coursework. So as you can see, that these students work essentially a full-time job during the course of the 2-year program. Each of the students receive both group and individual supervision, with it coming out to over 100 hours of individualized supervision per student. Our students normally average about 12 to 14% of their hours being supervised. So this is a lot of individual time that students get with faculty and supervisors regarding their performance in delivering services in ABA. Ultimately, the goal of this is to allow them to sit for the board certified behavior analyst exam. In 2018, our program had a pass rate of 100%, which tied us for first out of over 400 programs worldwide. I was so excited about our students and their work in this and being able to achieve this goal. And this was a very proud moment for me. Also, students must complete a research thesis. And in this research thesis, students either work with parents, with teachers, or with children to implement some type of intervention based on the principles of applied behavior analysis. I'm proud to say that one of our recent graduates and recipient of Women in Philanthropy Funding, she was awarded the Graduate Student Research Award by the Kentucky Association for Behavior Analysis, which was a great award for her to recognize her work and her research, and also just to recognize what it is that she accomplished, and also for the program. It's also a wonderful gift for us as well. Just a very quick thing about our program history. The program began in fall of 15 with our first graduates in August of 16. We currently have 15 alumni of the program. They are all actively employed in the field of behavior analysis. So I'm extremely excited about that and so proud that they're now giving back to society through their work. Most of them are in Kentucky, but as you can see, there's some in other states. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep them all in Kentucky. However, I try to view that as great recruitment tools for the program for students from other states. We had all 15 alumni have received at least some support from Women in Philanthropy, which again is such a wonderful gift that you all have given to these 15 now professionals who are working. Right now, we have 6 students in their final year of the program and 4 students in their first year of the program. We're actively recruiting for our next cohort right now as well that will be starting in fall of 20. Okay, how we use the funds that we're requesting. We're requesting $50,000. The goal would be for us to fund 10 student scholarships for fall of 20 and spring of 21. we would fund 5 students who are completing the program and 5 students who are beginning the program. And you can kind of see how these numbers are broken down. Here's the benefit that having these funds helps with us. When we are recruiting students to the program, they know how much work this program requires. They know it's full time. They know it's on campus only. They know that it's very difficult to hold extra jobs. And so some students are hesitant to want to come because of these things. But when they know that there's opportunities for funding that will help them to survive through the year without having to work multiple jobs or have to incur high amounts of student loan debt, this really opens them up to being able to come here, as well as retaining them once they get here. So I can't express enough to you how important this is and how much this has helped us as we have begun this program to both recruit quality students and to retain these quality students. Um, all of our students are graduate students, so therefore I can't say all do not receive, but I can say most do not receive support from their families anymore because it's a graduate program. And so they're kind of on their own. So every little bit helps them in terms of getting into the program and funding them accordingly. So this is just a very brief showing kind of how we plan to use the money based off of the students who are in the program and the students who are coming into the program. So that's kind of how the breakdown would be. I wanted to make sure I give Amanda time, but the reason we're seeking funding, two main reasons. Number one, to help students. I mean, that's our number one goal. That's why I've come back to you all again and again, and this is why I will, why it's such an important thing to me. If we can, the more students we can get trained in this field, the more families we can help and the more children we can help. So getting students into this program and assisting them is the number one goal. The second goal is by assisting them to not having to have multiple jobs, they're able to really provide some work in the severe behavior clinic, in the schools, and in the homes to help children and families under our direct supervision, which is such a gift. So I'm going to let Amanda speak when I'm going to finish my words and let her say a few words to you. But I will let her explain how Women in Philanthropy has helped her this year in reaching her goal. And then, but I just want to tell you just very briefly here how you have helped families that you don't even know. John Q. It was a 7-year-old boy with autism. His family lived 2.5 hours from Lexington. He was referred to our clinic. And here's how you helped him. The family showed up to the first appointment with us. In the appointment, we learned that they've had to remove the windows from their home because he's been breaking out the windows, and they've had to put in plexiglass so he can't break through the plexiglass. He's been biting, kicking, scratching, hitting, being aggressive, destroying property at home, all these things. So we find this out in the first appointment. The following week, the family is supposed to come back to an assessment. They are unable to come back. And so they call and say, we can't make it. So we reschedule for the following week. The same thing happens. We reschedule for the following week. The same thing happens. So we call the mom and she begins to cry and says, we have no money to come. And so, so we said, what you don't have to pay. This is a free service. She said, no, we don't have money for gas to drive to Lexington. So for us, this is the benefit of the Women in Philanthropy funding. 2 of the students came and said, Dr. Allday, can we go to John's home? And of course, I said yes. And so the students, they and a supervisor made 3 trips to John's home. So that's 15 hours just in the car of driving back and forth. And each trip, they spent between 2 and 3 hours with John, doing assessment, training his parents, and follow-up appointments. A follow-up appointment. And so So because you were able to fund us and because you were able to help us and help our students to not be able to or not be required to work multiple jobs, the students were able to go and help John's family. They didn't even hesitate. So the benefit to me is these students, their initial thought was, let's go to him and help him. And then they were able to do that. So thank you so much. I have a whole bunch more stories I could tell about that. Uh, I just don't have time, but this is how you all are impacting families in the Commonwealth by helping our students. So my last words are thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't say enough thank you for all you've done for our students and our program. What we've been able to accomplish over 4.5 years is beyond my wildest imaginations. I can't put into words how much I appreciate this opportunity to present and the opportunities that you've given our students. And I'm eternally grateful for you for that. So, in the words of Hungarians, which would be Köszönöm szépen, which means thank you very much, I would like to say thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you all when I get back to the U.S. And I wish you all a very, very wonderful day. So, thank you.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name's Amanda Chavez. I'm a first-year student in the ABA program, and I'm just going to talk for a few minutes about who I am and how you guys have helped me achieve my dreams. So I'm going to talk for 1 minute about those things. Okay. So as you heard from Dr. Allday, this program is very rigorous. Um, Aside from being a full-time graduate student, we have 6 hours of mandatory research every week. We have at least 10 hours a week devoted to the severe behavioral clinic. And then we also have practicum applications where we go into local schools. We help special ed teachers, other professionals with their students. So there is absolutely no time for us to have any kind of part-time job. So I just want to say thank you for you guys for believing in us, believing in students like me that just want to make the world a better place and actually want to pour into the students and the families that most people forget about or don't want to work with. So thank you for that. If you guys have any questions about the clinic, about our program, or about me, I'd love to answer those. Okay. Um, so the question was about tuition costs. I don't know exactly off the top of my head what tuition costs. The program is fully funded tuition-wise, so the money that you give us goes directly to our bank accounts as students. So you all are helping me live. You're helping me not just live off of ramen noodles. So thank you for that. So the money that you all give to us students goes directly towards like our textbooks, driving to places like homes to help students, and food. So thank you guys so much for that. Any other questions? Okay, thank you guys.